Hey gang, welcome back for another video. I hope that this is finding you well and that I'm in focus. Maybe we'll try it. Last week we talked about the 4 pillars that I'm going to be talking about on this channel, and today I'm not talking about any of those. I know. I like to go rogue occasionally, and I have a hard time sometimes getting super specific. I kind of bounce back and forth. This is going to be something you'll notice as a Gemini. I can be one way I can feel one thing super intensely and then switch and be really intense over here. It's not really related. So today we're going to be going through Pinterest and talking about a couple of things in my favorite folder, or board. They call it boards anyways, which is whenever let's get into the video in just a second. If you really want to follow along, you can check out my Pinterest board below. I'll also probably put some images right here, but this is just going to be kind of chatty, going through kind of an if you want to know me kind of thing. So if that's something you're interested in, then stay tuned. Okay, now that we've done that fun intro, let's get into the video. Basically, we're going to be going through my if you want to know me board. I'll put some pictures up below of what I'm talking about. As many as I remember. I'll probably need to... That's behind the scenes. I'll sort that correctly, but you'll see stuff over here. Basically, a long time ago, before I had kids, I was very into Pinterest, and I went through and I made a board for every letter of the alphabet. That's right, A to Z, I had a board, and as I have continued to need more things to pin, I have added onto that list, and so there's a couple of boards where there's more than one board with the same letter, but that couldn't be helped. It's just the way it had to be. This is where you'll see the a little bit OCD, I like to be super particular side of my personality, where if I'm gonna do something and organize it, there's gotta be a reason to organize it. I don't just put things in alphabetical order. There's gotta be an extra layer of why I have a system the way I do. So today I'm gonna be talking through a few of my favorite if you wanna know me pins, and I think that's all you need to know ahead of time. Let's get into it. Okay, this one I really love. It's INFP, so this is the Myers-Briggs I'm an INFP, and this is a perspective, or like the perception people have of INFPs versus the reality. So INFP, sweet and innocent, too sensitive to function, allergic to confrontation, constantly crying. That's definitely the perception people have, and I would say that I probably fit all 4 of those most of the time. I'm not constantly crying, that's definitely more perception, but I hate confrontation with a passion. So if you're gonna be rude below, you're just gonna get blocked, because this is my house and I don't play. Okay. INFP reality on this is fiercely intellectual, strong and unwavering advocates, emotionally intelligent, self-aware, and focused on personal development. I think this is probably like best case scenario version of reality. I don't think I'm fiercely intelligent, but you know, I went to school. Does that matter? No, obviously not. I'm definitely an unwavering advocate. Once you get me on a certain train, I'm not going to change. That's what we're going to be focusing on for the rest of time. A lot of these recent ones are INFP, so I'm going to try to bounce around and not just do INFP over and over and over again. I wonder if I can find one. Oh, this is really cool. Side note, so they have the Myers-Briggs, and you know, they do Game of Thrones, Harry Potter, whatever. The Firefly one is my favorite. So for INFP, oh buddy, hold on. Why aren't you zooming in where I want? Oh, look at it zooming in. Okay, so for INFP, for Firefly, if you've seen it, I am Shepherd Book. That is the idealist, and so generally very spiritually aware. These people are intuitive and sensitive. They are excellent mediators due to their ability to see a conflict from all sides and put people at ease. Despite their spirituality, they are not overly concerned with right and wrong. They aim to make the world a better place. Yes, amen, 100%. I would say that I am extremely spiritual, and I am a big advocate for others, but I see both sides in a lot of situations, and so whenever Derek and I have a disagreement or we're like debating something, I am not a great person to debate with, because I might tend to switch sides based on your argument, and so I don't have like a firm black and white line anywhere in my frame of reference. It's just not my thing. Okay, so we can go just straight astrology here. So I'm a Gemini, we've covered that already. The Gemini will push aside any other plans they have to help out a friend in need. They like to treat the people they love well. This is definitely true. I tend to over love, if that's a thing. Say you have a situation where you need someone to watch your cat, or you need someone to pull the trash up, or you're just talking and you're saying, oh man, I wish I had some over-ear headphones for this flight. I will stop the conversation, go get whatever you need and hand it to you and be like, you're good, just give it back whenever. Doesn't matter what it is. It drives Deer crazy all the time. I'm like, hey, this person's bringing this thing over, or hey, we're gonna go help this person do that. And he's like, why? I'm like, because they needed help. I don't sit there and think, is it worth my time? Is it something that's gonna be harder on me than it should be? Is there another person that might be better suited to help? I just say yes. So that can be a problem. Ooh, this is really good. So this is just a quote. I don't know what it's associated with, but if you've done the Enneagram, I'm a 9. And one of the things that I found super true about the Enneagram 9 is we're kind of in this fog. Like, we can see other people really well, but since we're so focused on watching others and making sure everything's peaceful, we can tend to not know ourselves very well, because we will try to put other people at ease by being whatever they need us to be, or being relatively similar to them, so that we're not standing out, because we don't want to stand out at all. This says, I wish to be nothing but myself at all times. I find that to be very hard to do. I'm not great at taking on my personality and like owning it. Oh, now we're in my Alice in Wonderland phase. Sometimes I've believed as many as 6 impossible things before breakfast, or you're mad bonkers off your head. But I'll tell you a secret, all of the best people are. I find Alice in Wonderland to be extremely relatable, because she's a spaz. She doesn't know how to focus on one thing. She gets distracted. This looks pretty. Oh, that looks pretty. I tend to have that problem, which is why I made the whole pillars situation, so that I would focus on specific things in these videos, and then I kind of decided to do that later. So that's me. All right, let's do 2 more. Oh, I have a really good picture to go with this. I should find it. Okay, so I'm gonna show you this picture that I just found in Pinterest. This is me to a T. So let me tell the story and then I'll get to the details. 4 years ago maybe, we were at Walmart, middle of the night, you know, young, married, no kids yet, and we walked past. You remember this? They may still have them, but a few years ago everybody had to have those small plastic cups that had all the different characters. They had boy stuff, they had girl stuff, they had superheroes, they had princesses, Disney, they had every single character you could imagine on those little plastic cups, and they were like 98 cents or something. So one day we're walking around the back part of Walmart, not really paying attention, and I see all these cups, and they're a mess. They're just, you know, dumped in. It's just a cup, it doesn't matter. There's no way to organize them. There's too many options, so they just throw them in one of their big square bins. I had a little just itch to sort, and instead of like going 100% and trying to match them up, no, impossible. I just moved, like I literally sat there in Walmart for like 10-15 minutes and shifted all the cups around where they were stacked up. See, yeah, that was like, I don't know, 11-12 o'clock at night. There weren't very many people around, thankfully. Nobody stopped me, but that's a real thing. I really did that because I wanted to. Okay, so several years ago there was this cool thing where they had all of these nerdy girl quotes going through the internet, and I saved 9,000 of them. So let me pick 2. This is a good one. Someone tells you that they don't like Harry Potter and you find them to be completely incomprehensible. This is so true. I have friends who I wouldn't expect to like Harry Potter, not a big deal, but I have other friends that I think should like Harry Potter because of the things we have in common, and they don't, and I literally can't talk to them. I can't. If you start talking and saying negative things about Harry Potter, I'm gonna walk away, because that's not okay. Really, there's times that I've had to stop conversations because of my confrontation anxiety and been like, we can't talk about this anymore, okay? I love you, but I love that, so nope. Okay, this is a good one. It may not be like true for me all the time, but it's definitely true most of the time. You keep all your old materials from previous classes with a justification that they might come in handy someday. So in 10th grade, we did a free write journal thing where every morning whatever, at the beginning of class in English, we'd spend 10 to 15 minutes writing. Sometimes we'd have a prompt, sometimes it would just be a free write for like 10 minutes. And I have kept that. Oh my gosh, well, how old am I? I was 16, 17 then, so it's been like 7 years. Is that right? 17 years? No, that's not right. I can't count. Okay, let's say 17 for the purposes of this and go 2, 3, 13 years. 13 years. Oh gosh, I feel so old. Oh. Okay, so I have kept stuff like that. What I did, because I'm a writer bug, is I picked out one of my pretty journals and I've been writing slowly, transferring a year worth of free writes from 10th grade into this journal so that I could keep them forever. So if I consider that keeping old stuff, then yeah, I have that problem. Okay gang, this was definitely a stroll through the park, so I hope that you found it slightly comical. If you want me to do something else like this in the future, let me know. Obviously, Pinterest boards can get out of hand, so I have plenty of material if we like that kind of just roaming through what's cool. The bad thing about Pinterest boards is they're so beautiful. I love all of these pictures and I love the ideas, and then they just sit there. Like, I scrolled back to those quirky ones and they're so cute. That was years ago. So if you enjoyed this, let me know. Like it, subscribe, hit the bell, all the things that everybody says, so that you can see what weirdness we get into next week. We will probably be back to the pillars, so it'll be a little more informational and, you know, hopefully beneficial to you, not just weird entertaining. But that's it for today, guys. I'll see you next time. Bye.